Guys, today we are making an oven-baked Chinese-style chicken with a sticky honey and soy sauce glaze and some Chinese-style noodles. So let's sit back and enjoy the ride. The ingredients you will need are a 5-pound chicken, 3 tablespoons of hoisin sauce, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of oysters, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of 5-spice powder, 2 cloves of garlic finely grated, and 1-inch ginger finely grated.
Well, boys and girls, our first pit stop is to make our Chinese style marinade for our chicken. We'll be starting off with 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, followed by 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. This was a recipe I found in YouTube, but I added about 2 extra ingredients in it. Here I'm going in with 3 tablespoons of Hoisin sauce. Hoisin sauce is something like a Chinese barbecue sauce. Next I'm going in with 2 tablespoons of honey. That is for a bit of sweetness. This is about the 3rd or 4th time that I'm marinating chicken this way, and the flavors are outstanding. Now that I've gotten my wet ingredients down, I'm going in with a teaspoon of freshly grated ginger, 1 teaspoon of grated garlic, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 1 teaspoon of 5-spice powder. Now we are going to add all this into the mix. The 2 extra ingredients I added was the ginger and the cayenne pepper. The cayenne pepper is for a bit of extra heat, and you know I love that heat. Now that everybody is in the pool, let's give it a good old mix and make sure that all those flavors come together. So this marinade can be used for a whole chicken, about a 5-pound chicken or so. Now that our marinade is made and everything is properly well incorporated, I'm taking this half of chicken and placing it into a plastic bag. So okay, don't judge me, I didn't have any Ziploc bags at the time. So now that the chicken is in the bag, I'm going to add the marinade to the chicken. And you want to get all that delicious goodness onto your chicken. When you have gotten all your marinade in, you want to make sure and get most of that air out of the bag. And well, in my case, make a knot after, and then make sure and massage that marinade all over that chicken. After giving the chicken that good old massage, you want to take your chicken now and place it in a bowl and put it in the fridge to let it marinate for at least 4 to 6 hours. So you can see that I'm filming by myself today. Jacqueline is taking a bit of a nap. So about 4 hours has gone by since our chicken has been marinating. Now I'm going to make a bit of a sticky basting sauce. I'm going in with 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and 2 tablespoons of honey. This is a very simple basting sauce, but trust me, it will all work out in the end. And I'm sure that you notice I did not use any salt in the marinade and also in this sauce. That is because the soy sauce, the oyster sauce, and the hoisin sauce has enough salt in it. Now you just want to give this a good old mix and make sure that soy sauce and honey is properly well marinated together. When you have gotten your sauce all mixed up, set that aside. Here I have a baking tray with a wire rack in which I'm going to place my chicken on. And I did forget to mention that before making your basting sauce, your oven should be preheating at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. You just want to place your chicken skin side up on the wire rack. And also, if you notice, I have a piece of foil at the bottom of the wire rack, and this is for easy cleanup. Now that your chicken is on the wire rack, it is now time to place it into your 375 degree oven and let it bake for about 30 to 40 minutes before applying the glaze. While our chicken is baking in the oven, our next pit stop is to cook us up some Chinese noodles. There are a lot of ingredients, but as long as all of your ingredients are prepped, it is super easy to cook.
The ingredients you will need are 1 pack of egg noodles, 1 carrot, 3 to 4 pimento peppers, 1 small onion, 2 chili peppers, 1 large clove of garlic, 1-inch piece of ginger, 1.5 teaspoon of hoisin sauce, 1.5 teaspoon of oyster sauce, 1 to 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, half teaspoon of 5-spice powder, 1 teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning, half teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and half teaspoon of black pepper and salt.
Here I've got a pot of plain old water boiling. I'm just going to add about a tablespoon of sea salt, and this is just to give the water a bit of flavor. and that in turn will flavor your noodles. I am also adding about a tablespoon of vegetable oil, and this will help the noodles not to stick. Here I am going in with a packet of lo mein egg noodles. You want to cook your noodles according to the direction on the package, or as they would say, cook it al dente, which is just a fancy way of saying cook it to the bite. When you have gotten your noodles into the water, take a spoon or a fork and give it a good old stir. This is to prevent them from clumping all together. While our noodles is boiling, let's go and give our chicken a check. This is about 15 to 20 minutes in, and you can see the chicken is taken on a nice color here. So we have got some ways to go, so let's move on back to our noodles. Well, our noodles are done. I just drained the hot water and ran some cold water over it to stop the cooking process. So on to making our sauce for our Chinese style noodles. Here I am going in with 1.5 teaspoon of oyster sauce. Next, you can go in with 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of Hoisin Sauce, followed by 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. You can adjust the soy sauce to the amount according to the color that you desire. Now you just want to give this a good old mix to make sure that everything comes together. Here you can see I have the rest of ingredients for making our Chinese noodles. Here I've got my pot hotting. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You can use any kind of cooking oil that you desire. Now that our oil is hot, I'm going in with a small to medium carrots which I cut into thin strips. You want to add your carrots first because this will take the longest to cook. Here I'm just giving it a good old stir. You want to saute this for about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, I'm now going in with my pimento and my chili peppers. This will also saute for about 3 to 5 minutes as well. And you will notice that each time that I add an ingredient, I give it a good old mix. While our vegetables are sauteing, I'm going in with 1.5 teaspoons of sesame oil. You don't want to add too much of sesame oil because it is very strong in flavor. Now you want to go in with those onions and let them saute for about 2 minutes. And I tell you, the aroma that you're getting in this kitchen now is over the top. Now you want to go in with your ginger and your garlic and saute this for about 30 to 40 seconds or until you get that beautiful aroma. You don't want to saute this longer than that, otherwise you will get a bitter taste in your dish. Just give this a good old stir. Now it's time to add that sauce that we have made. You know it, and this is where everything comes together now. And of course, you want to give everything a good old mix once again and make sure that everything is properly well incorporated. When making this sauce, you can add a bit of cooking wine to it, and that takes it to a whole new level, but I didn't have any this time around. Now it's time to go in with your lo mein egg noodles and make sure and give this a good old toss that every noodle gets coated with that delicious sauce and all those vegetables are properly well incorporated. Now that our noodles are happy, it's time to go in with the rest of our ingredients. Here I'm going in with a teaspoon of complete seasoning, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and half a teaspoon of 5-spice powder. Throw all this into the mix and give it a good old toss once again. So you see how super easy this was to make. And here's your super delicious Chinese style lo mein egg noodles. Well, our noodles is done. It's about half an hour now, so let's check our chicken in the oven. And I say, our chicken is looking mighty fine, so now it's time to go get ourselves our glaze and glaze our chicken. Well, now you just want to coat that chicken with that sticky sweet glaze that we have made, and you want to do so liberally. After applying your glaze, you want to take your chicken and put it back into the oven and let that glaze set. This should take about 10 to 15 minutes. And here's your chicken back in the oven. Doesn't she look gorgeous? So I say about 15 minutes has gone by and our internal temp is 171 degrees Fahrenheit to 172 degrees. So I say our chicken is done. So tint your chicken with foil and let it rest for about 10 minutes. So 10 minutes has passed. Let's get ready to cut into our chicken. You can see that beautiful sheen that our glaze has given that chicken. So here you can see that our chicken is cutting as tender as can be. Well, boys and girls, the family is going to be eating good here today. Here's a close-up of what our chicken is looking like on the inside, and it is perfectly cooked, as you can see. Now I'm just separating the leg from the thigh. Well folks, let's get our chicken and noodles all plated up, and fasten your seatbelts, and let's get ready for our drive-by. Let's go!
So boys and girls, here's our delicious oven-baked Chinese-style chicken and noodles, and it was so tasty. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notifications for more videos. See you all on our next cooking journey, and we're out until next time.